Like
Yes.
you're right on time. We're good. I always, try to help people out with get on here like technology stuff or setting up, headset and that kind of thing. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Technology just everywhere, anytime it dies on me. And that laptop that died on me is like $1,000 laptop. So that's kind of concerning. And it's like not
Uh-oh.
the first piece of like $500 tech to die this week. So
Oh my
not very
gosh.
friendly here to technology.
That's okay, man. You're good. You're good. I mean, you do well. You got your uh I'm looking at your Facebook page, and actually we found each other through Alex.
I actually, I'll be honest with you. The first like podcast that I saw you guys do was with Nico, and he's actually like lives an hour away from me,
Okay. Oh, that's
which is the
awesome.
funny thing. And it's like we had to meet up eventually slash play. You know,
Yeah,
just one of those things where I'm very busy with other stuff besides airsoft to a degree.
I'm sure. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not the only thing y'all do.
Yeah, that's for sure. We cover a lot of stuff from everything from like airsoft to cannabis content, and everything in between. It's we do a lot of coverage of stuff we enjoy personally.
Right. Welcome, man. Why don't you introduce yourself real quick, and then we'll go over uh how we met, and then how all the stuff you're doing with your everything you're doing online.
Got you. Well, hey everyone, my name is Apex or Tony Tokes 115. I help co-run a few YouTube channels as well as post other content on other channels, as well as run a podcast with like AAA Airsoft Media with like Alex from your last podcast. Me and him run the AAA Airsoft Media channel, and my channel Tony Tokes 115, as well as Trollsoft Productions, which is another site that I produce content on the YouTube channels. And my Instagram is Tony Tokes 115, and that's where all the like side content slash other stuff I produce goes as well, besides Rumble and the AOKO podcast on like Spotify and I think what is it, Anchored, or they changed their name now. It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
right. Yeah, it used to be Anchor. Man, I had an issue with that too. But yeah, they merged, and now you had to log in with your Spotify account. Like you couldn't log in with Anchor anymore to upload
Yeah,
content. It was really weird.
yeah, definitely. I still had to figure that out because I used Anchor to record, and I think you can still do that and do the publishing. So I don't
Oh,
know if
okay.
anything really changed or not.
So that when that notification popped up for me, I clicked on it and went through the process,
Yep.
and it screwed up. Like I had two listings. Yeah, it's a strange thing. I had two listings for the podcast uh, on Spotify, because I had one for the audio that I was going through um, Buzzsprout that would upload the audio to all the different podcast apps. So like Apple Podcasts, Anchor, or not Anchor, but Spotify and that kind of thing. So then when I went to up when Spotify did their video, so when I started uploading video through Anchor, instead of it connecting that podcast, I thought it did because I put in there I have a existing podcast. It made it a separate one. So, dude, it was strange. So anyway, anyone out there, if y'all go to Spotify and you see two T's with the triangle somewhere, listed or whatever, just go to the one that has the most recent one, okay? Because there's two listings out now. But yeah, anyway. So man, yeah, you got a lot of cool stuff. I was checking out your Facebook page, but the first time I saw you was when Alex made a post or whatever saying that he was going to be on the podcast, and you said something. I think you commented on it, and I said, yeah, let's do a group one or whatever. I think we never did, do that, but um, I reached out to you to be on, and yeah, it's cool, man. I appreciate you being
E.
here.
E, thank you for having me. This is like a privilege, let me tell you.
Oh, dude, man, you're good, bro. I'm honored to meet all you guys, honestly. I love meeting new people and hearing their stories and kind of, where they got how they got to where they're at now, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I appreciate it, man.
E.
So, how did you come up with Apex?
That came from gaming.
Yeah.
That was like the clan tag we had. We weren't the real Apex, but that was like the clan tag we had. I had in Black Ops 1 when it came out
Okay.
on the PS3. So it just stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a good one. I like it.
E, I like it too.
So are you dude, I thought you were in Tennessee because, that's where Alex is at. And I thought, okay, you're an hour behind me. So we set up 7 o'clock. I kept saying when I was texting you 7 o'clock your time. And then I was like 8 o'clock my time. And so anyway, you're in Pennsylvania.
Yes, I am. I'm
Okay.
the best way to describe it is I'm like an hour away from Philly
Yeah.
and like most of those cities. I'm near. I'm in Whitehall, which is I don't know if you ever heard of the Billy Joel song "Allentown."
Yeah.
Literally, that's right next door.
Oh, you're in
I'm like in
okay.
the center of everything.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's cool.
E-
So
Oh,
what yeah, so go into how did you get into airsoft before you got into like the media stuff? And then you've got a few things going on. You got the airsoft stuff, you got uh the weed what do you call that? Like
cannabis, weed. You can.
cannabis, your
It's what
cannabis
you know.
stuff. Yeah, your cannabis business um and then of course the posting, all the media stuff. So what came first? Did you start playing airsoft young or after high school?
Well, for the airsoft part, that was actually me playing Nerf with one of my next door neighbors in our backyard. And then one day he got Nerf guns, and then that's how everyone started. It's like Bruce too. Once someone got it, everyone got it. And then we had after a while of playing in our backyards with these, it's like we need to go to an arena. So our local arena was literally down the road, and this was before I was even 18. I really got into airsoft probably like age of 16 is the I think is the best is the age I did. And that was when my mom would like drive me and drop me off, to play. And that was indoor CQB. And let me tell you, that's how I was born to like be a speed softer, pretty much.
Hmm.
And like our the place was called Phoenix Action Sports / Grid Code, and it was literally it was in an indoor arena that was part of like a strip mall. So it was like a big L. I had like some videos up, but it was basically if you had to you basically spawn trap people, and that's what grew up playing with was like pushing through the spawn trap.
Yeah. Okay. And then you've been playing for a while then.
Oh yeah, I've been playing for over 10 years. Only recently have I stopped because the last time I was not the last time. The one time I went to my local field, I slipped and fell, and I actually found out I broke my back.
Oh, that ain't
Yeah,
good.
yeah, nope. So it's like apparently like my spine and it's the vertebrae right above my tailbone. The gel inside it collapsed, and then it's slipping forward, and then it's doing that nerve pinching sciatica
Oh
stuff.
man,
Yeah.
that's rough. Okay. So no speed soft for a hot minute.
Oh yeah, no. The last time I was out was actually to go back to the same field which the incident happened, which was and it was my fault. It was I just ran up in the bag and slipped.
Oh yeah.
No one's fault but my own. But it was but the place I now play because Grid Code in Phoenix is closed. We have to me and my friend Airsoft Aussie, who I play with and do like Pokemon and trading card stuff with. We go to Paintball Asylum, on
Okay.
Sundays when they host Airsoft.
Yeah.
And last time I was back, it's outdoors, so it's like you can do distance stuff, but my guns aren't set up for distance per se.
Right.
So I need to sort of get stuff back, like my scar, or get an upgraded barrel system for my M4. But it is
Okay.
definitely one of those maps you can get distance
Yeah.
shots.
I saw one of your pictures on in fact it's your icon picture, your profile pic on Facebook is the you're holding two of the, I think they're
Oh
the
yeah,
IC, are they ICS grenade
yeah,
launchers?
yeah. Al actually has the one with the no stock. I have the one that is full. It's down in my basement because most of the filming you see is either in my basement or living room or in areas of my house or private property my friends own and stuff
Yeah.
that I can use. But
Now,
yeah,
did
I
you
have
guys
an
try that out?
arsenal. I have the ICS grenade launcher. I have like a minigun. I have a sniper rifle. You can see all the stuff I have. I have a good arsenal.
Oh, let's see here. Do you have some pictures of them on your Facebook?
Yes, they should be very recent.
Okay. Let's check it out. I'll click on a picture and pull it up if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you do art too?
Say that again.
Do you draw as well?
I dabble in drawing. Yes,
Well, here, let me show
not
you
very good at
this.
it.
I'm looking at this as I'm scrolling through some of your pictures here.
Oh,
See
that's
like
a
this?
sticker.
Oh, okay. These are cool. You got like a few of them in a row here. Dude,
Yeah, those
Rock'em
were all
Sock'em Robots is
stickers that I
awesome.
was given.
Okay, yeah, these are nice.
Yeah, I know they're funny. I have a fridge that I store my medicine in. Like
Yeah,
it's called a Turk fridge, and it keeps the stuff preserved. I
yeah.
just put all the stickers like that on there.
Gotcha. It makes sense. Makes
But
sense.
yeah, I get a ton of stickers and free stuff when I go to these events. It's ridiculous.
I'll bet. So this is your M4 you're talking about?
Yes, this was
Stubby?
the actually this is the AEG one I use. I have an AEG, and this is going to be the one I use if I use an AEG. That's the
Yeah.
Lancer Tactical Gen 3 I just reviewed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the one where I was popping out the car and stuff for the opening.
Oh, right, right. Okay. Oh, you like fishing?
Oh yes, I do a lot of fishing. I was actually just out fishing these past 2 days.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, my dad's friend owns an electric company out here, GE Electric, and he allows me to fish his pond, and I take care of it. So it's like all those fish have been there since I was a kid, and I've been feeding them and raising them up and stuff.
What? That's awesome, dude. I mean, what a good tradition to start, you know?
Mm-hmm. I actually just stocked the pond with that, like the black crappie you see there. I put more in. I put catfish in again. I made sure I stocked it
Oh,
this year
that's
because that was
wild.
one of my biggest goals. And I'm actually going to be starting to produce more fishing content. It's coming up as
Yeah.
most of my airsoft gun reviews that I have saved up to do. I need to get parts for them to make it
Oh,
work.
right.
Unfortunately.
So I was always curious about like when you hear somebody, or you hear about these ponds, these fishing ponds that get stocked, like I always wondered how do they stock them? Like logistically, do they have a big truck come in and just dump a
It
bunch of fish
depends
in there?
on how you want to do it. This
Okay.
one, I'll be honest with you, I was not happy with this stocking company,
Uh,
but they're like one of the biggest one. I think it's called Mid Atlantic. They are based in Ithaca, New York. They drove for my order and like other people. They have drop locations where you basically order your fish, and at least for them, they drove a big box truck down
yeah.
with fish in a bag in a box.
Oh,
Usually if it's like 2 hours plus, what they should do is put on methylene blue, I believe it is, in it, as well as extra oxygen. They did neither. So I
uh,
had like a third of my fish die on delivery, and I was like, crazy. But
so what
they
do they,
either
when
do
you
that.
just when you call them or you let them know, what do they do? Like,
They offered to replace them,
oh,
but if they're
okay.
going to ship them the same way, it's not worth it for the fish.
Right, right. Yeah, I
But
would
yeah,
imagine there's
the
got
other
to be
way
a.
they do it
Go
is they
ahead.
actually have a truck full of water and aeration, and they drive the truck, and then like an arm just swings out, and then they just slide out,
Yeah.
or they net them out and toss them in. Those are the only real ways you get fish, pretty
Okay.
much.
Interesting. Yeah, I've seen these videos of like hatcheries, fish hatcheries and stuff. But I always wondered how they logistically like get those fish to these places that order them. Okay.
Yep.
Makes
For
sense.
private ponds, it differs, but the game wardens with the actual like the stock fish like the trout, they just take the trucks to the waterways and just toss them in from a
Gotcha.
big water truck.
Yeah, it's such an important part of the ecosystem in waterways are fish, you
Oh
know?
yes. Unfortunately, a lot of people around me do not treat it that way. I hate to say it like that,
Yeah.
and it's very sad.
Well, a lot of that happens, I think, because people they don't understand where all of our everything around us on the earth uh that's not man-made, like all the natural stuff, they don't understand how it works because they're in their either in their apartment in a house or their office building like at work or a warehouse or a factory or whatever, and then they're in their car, so they're very detached from nature. They don't understand, like I've heard people say, like down here in the South, uh they there's a lot of bugs, right? Because it's real humid in the summer and stuff. And they're like, "Oh, I hate bugs. I wish there was no bugs. I was, like, can they just give her all these ants? Can it?" I'm like, everything plays a part in our ecosystem that makes all this stuff grow. That makes all, I taught my kids never kill a honeybee, right? Honeybees. I understand some people are allergic to them, but bro, they're so important. They're so important into our whole everything that's living outside of us. So there's a lot of things like that. Fish are a very important part of that as well. So, but yeah, the pollution and all that kind of thing of the waterways and yeah, it's not good. So you've been fishing for a while. That's cool. All right, so that's the ICS one. So did
Yes,
you test this out?
yes, I did. It's a fun toy, but it's one of those things where it's it's big and bulky for what it is,
Right.
and if you're really trying to launch stuff at a good enough speed, the problem is instead of having the diameter of the barrel shrink and cup whatever's in it, it's open, so anything just flies through it, and there's an airspace around it.
Yeah.
So, like with the grenades that I have, because I was going to get Airsoft Innovations on the one that they didn't that they replaced the oh my god, I'm trying to remember what it was, the one that did 240 BBs in 1 second or whatever.
Was it the
The Mastermind. That's
Master
what it is.
Mics? That's yeah, we've reviewed some of those. Okay.
Yeesh. I was gonna get 6 of those and run it in CQB as but they went out of business. So the next best shell that I got was from Amazon, because I've been seeing them a lot. Is the
Yeah.
40 the 40 Max, which
Yep.
is the ones where the hull of it you can unscrew and 3D print whatever you want pretty much and screw it on. The
Ah.
Nerfers use it to make like 3-barreled shotguns or whatever. And then instead of filling it up from the top, it has the fill valve on the bottom as well as the reset on the bottom as well.
Hmm.
The
Okay.
best freaking 40 mic grenade for like launching stuff I have found.
Nice.
And it's like, I wish we had these 10 years ago.
Yeah. No kidding. This we did a review on this thing. We got one of these. I don't know if we outright bought it or if it was, I can't remember how we got it. Was it in a mystery box or something? Because we didn't really buy a whole lot of guns and everything outside of mystery boxes because we were ordering these mystery boxes all the time to do unboxings. I think we did get it in a mystery box. Well, we reviewed it and thing was cool as hell. I mean, it's very cool looking. It's cool to carry around, like, how it looks. But practical use, like if you're going to use it in a game, it was very difficult to get the revolving part of the cylinder, like the revolving action of the cylinder to move properly, at least with ours. It was a little bit flimsy. So when you cock it, right, when you go to move it, it would kind of jam a little bit, like you have to fiddle with it, you know?
Yeah, the one I got pre-owned, which Al had and he fixed, the spring apparently is right under the Picatinny rail where the optic would go, and
Yeah.
it's a very, very like flimsy leaf spring, so it can
Oh.
get out of it can get tightened too much to where it will skip. Somehow Al fixed that. I don't know. I just bought a brand new one to not have to deal with that. But I haven't had an issue yet, knock on wood, of the new one skipping, but I have had
Ah,
that issue. Yes, that is and
okay.
that is a very common issue with the ICS.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's good that they if the newer ones fixed it or whatever. But so does anyone does any other company make one of these that's that kind of
No,
design?
ICS is the main one. The only other
Yeah.
ones are like Matrix knockoffs, or back in the day, it wasn't this exact model because there's like two main ones you'll see out there. This is the one that's like the N32 and MGL. That's what this one is based
Oh,
off, like the Marine tag.
yep.
The other one is, I believe, like a South African knockoff that Kraft Appleworks, if you remember them, made.
No, wow.
Yeah, that's old school. Like they made one of those, like the one, because I think it was the one that was based off of Black Ops 2 mission where they go into the desert and the one guy holds it out and is like shooting people with it.
Yeah. Yeah, Black Ops 2 was a great game.
Oh yeah. That was my very Black Ops 1 was like my very first COD game ever. I was a Nintendo kid growing up. So it was like when I first played COD Zombies, I was like, and then I was like getting into it and I was like, let me get Black Ops for
Oh
Christmas.
yeah. Right. Yeah, we got all the Call of Duties, and then so I've been a gamer since I was young, and I played. My dad would take me to an arcade, like an actual old style arcade in the 80s.
Oh,
And
nice.
I was like, early 80s, and pinball machines, Galaga, like all the classic stuff. And so I started on those, and then just all the different video game systems over the years that came out, my buddies would have or whatever, Intellivision, Coleco Vision, like, and then when Nintendo came out, it was Donkey Kong, and I mean people were going crazy over that stuff. But I had all the systems, man. Once I got stationed, when I got stationed in Okinawa, Japan, I went and bought a Sega Genesis. And we played on the weekends. We would play this. I think it was like a Summer Olympics game or whatever. So we had surfing, it had track, like hurdles and all that kind of shit. And so we're all, getting wasted trying to compete against each other in the surfing game. And yeah, so I've always played all these different games. But when Call of Duty came out, I played the original one that you could only play by yourself. It didn't have multiplayer. And it was great. Medal of Honor, all these kind of old war games and stuff. But we played all the Call of Duties, me and my boys, and Black Ops was we started playing that together and doing the like domination, you know, on multiplayer. Man, we played the crap out of that. I mean, so there, my wife and I have 5 kids. There's three boys, 2 girls. Well, all the boys had their own Xboxes in the house, so we have them all hooked up, and we all had the same games, and we would get on there and play all that stuff together. Halo, whatever, we'd run as a team, 4-man team. So, it's hilarious, man. But yeah, we have a lot of good memories with the Black Ops game.
Nice. Yeah, for me, it was a Game Boy that I had, and it was like I had Bionicle and a few other games for it, but
Mm.
that quickly was like not one that I played because in our household growing up, it's called if it was nice out, guess what? You were outside all day until
Yeah.
the lights came on. That was basically my childhood. And it was like video games were like a thing you did it when it rained out. So it was like the only like besides the Game Boy growing up, it was like the next console I had was we had the whole like I'm basically one of two children. My sister has passed. My dad has passed. A lot of my family has passed, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
But it's don't worry about it. It's just one of those things. But like we so it was like the GameCube, we had the silver one, and that was like my dad got it from his work for like a promotion thing. So it was like growing up, we had like Mario Kart as a staple, Mario Party, Animal Crossing, Pokemon was another one. That was like one of the bigger ones I got into. My first Pokemon game was like Diamond, actually, in the whole
Oh, okay.
series. So that was
Right.
like an introduction to that. And then, oh god, I know I'm forgetting one, but like all like the party staples, and then there was like the single player ones like Animal Crossing that I played and like Pokemon.
Yeah.
And, oh, Nabco Museum, that was the big one. Me and my dad and
Oh,
everyone in
yeah.
the family played because, like you say, Galaga was a big one. Pac-Man we played a lot, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, those are great, man. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, we got a GameCube for our kids, and so when our kids were young, I worked at a GameStop video game store. So I ran
Yes,
a
we have
GameStop.
this. I'm actually a pro member.
There you go. I uh I was a GameStop manager for like 3 years, and so we had all the systems. I would get, we had the used 360s, the PS3s, the Wii when it was extremely hard to
I
get.
had the Wii. That was a good one. Wii
Yeah.
Sports, God, Pokemon Coliseum. That was a nice one too when they brought that out. You could play with your friends on the big screen, like it was on the like it was the old stuff and all the other ones. It was a blast. I love the Wii,
Oh
especially
yeah.
since you could play the GameCube games on it. Because I had the nice one where you could put the controllers in the top.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
It's fun, man. Yeah, we played so we had an Xbox in the one living room, and we had Rock Band. Okay, when Rock Band came out, I would buy all the pieces or whatever. We had the keyboard, we had the drums, we had everything, a bass, two guitars or whatever it was, a microphone and all that shit. Once they were able to do all that, and we would uh we would do that like on a Friday night. Kids get home from school, we'd have something going on, and outside of football season, during football season, all three boys played football, so they would have varsity games on Friday nights, and so we'd all go to that. But outside of those nights, we're playing Rock Band together, and like I had a banging system in there, right? That would shake the walls. We were jamming out to that. We had some good. My kids had some good memories with video games.
Yeah. For me, like I said, I if I wasn't outside, it was like rainy for the video game stuff. My dad was the one who actually installed fishing in me, believe it or not. So it was
Yeah.
like one of those things where I rather fish than play video games. And that was, and I hate to say it, it's one of those things where I I lived under a rock for a lot of years. Let me tell you, like to everything, movies and stuff. And it's like my dad, he was a musician, so it was like those like rock band games and like Halo. I never got into Halo or Fallout. Al probably hates me for that because he actually made me play Fallout 4, and I was like, this game is too much for my brain. I'm sorry. It's like as soon as I got to like Mega Intensity, I was like, this is too much. I'm sorry. Give me my
Dude.
COD, Rainbow Six Siege, and now I'll be real with you. I just started playing Fortnite, which is
Oh
no
yeah.
builds, which is oh my god, that's a fever dream in and of itself. But yeah, my dad was a musician, so it's like every day you would hear like him just playing because he would be playing with local bands and stuff, and it's like one of those things where it's like I don't want to be playing a fake thing. I'd rather try and learn the real thing.
Yeah. Did you learn guitar?
He tried to teach me. Problem is, I have double jointed fingers, all of them except for my one thumb here. So my fingers do not like to do the strings at all. And typing is another thing that is very hard for me because of that.
Huh. That's wild. Yeah. So your dad's a musician. Was he doing that like even when you were
He
young?
was doing that when as I was growing up. It was like a side thing he did, but it was like more of what he loved, you know.
Yeah.
Because our family my grandfather, he actually owned the company. He owned like a few different companies. It was like Queen City Electric and Allen Supply, and most of my family worked for him when he was still there. And then even after they took over, the kids were still working in the company, you know.
Okay.
And that was where my dad worked, was in like an electrical like supply company, and then on the side he played music for local places
Oh,
and
that's cool.
stuff.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. And one of the bigger ones he played, I don't know if you ever heard of Music Fest or
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Yeah.
He was on one of the guitarists for an polka band, Wall Growers
Oh,
Orchestra, and
okay.
a few others, and as well, you know.
That's cool. What kind of music was he influenced by? Like what was his favorite music?
Oh God, are we stuttering here?
Is it a
Sorry.
laptop? Are you on a laptop?
Yeah.
Is the battery charging or is it?
No, it's charged. It's on
Oh,
the
you're good.
internet connection. So I didn't know if we were going to lose connection there. For it's good. All good,
It's
but we're good.
fine. Yeah, we're good. It happens. So what was his music influence? He like
The Beatles,
okay.
all those like classic bands. Because I used to like when we would drive in his Mercedes, he would always play the Beatles. Um, and then it was like that was the main one. I don't and like Stairway to Heaven, whoever did that, like those type of people.
Right, right. Now what kind of music you like now?
See, I am one of those people who doesn't care what you put on to a degree. Um, I like everything from rap to like some religious music. You know,
Yeah.
it's more of, does the beat, lyrics, and everything go together? And some music is situational too. If
Right.
you because if you go onto my YouTube channel, the Tony Tokes one, there's a high music playlist or whatever. That's literally all the music I like song wise. So it's like you can see everything,
Okay.
uh, like genre
Nice.
wise, I like.
Right. Yeah, you've got all your links on here too, which is great.
Yes, there's a lot of links. Oh my god.
I mean, that's good. That's good. Let's see. I just subscribed to your channel. Hold on, I'm going to share this. All right, so this is your, let's see. Here we go. So you got pretty much all kind of a variety of things on here. So it's
Yeah.
not just airsoft, right?
No, this is like everything that I do and then some. Because the way I do stuff is, I'm going to sort of change it up, is any of the weed sort of stuff
Yeah.
that's more heavily involved goes on this channel. And then all the airsoft that I produce goes on this channel as well. But it's like this one has everything, Al's has some stuff, and then Trollsoft production is just the airsoft stuff, is how I was disseminating it.
Right, right. Okay.
But yeah,
That's good.
I have a lot of friends who do a lot of different things. So it's like one of those things where it's like, hey, do you want to do this today or whatever? So it's like I try and do a vlog style of what I do to a degree as well.
Right.
Like the hot dog eating competition, that just came out of nowhere.
I was going to ask you about this. So you went to one?
Yes, my friend who does like clothing and stuff, he there's this farmers market, the Quakertown Farmers Market. This is and it's in a different building. The
Yeah.
guy like does stuff with like old WWE people and stuff, and like has meetups and stuff. And the guy made a hot dog eating competition. So it was like there was a few different people from like the industry and whatnot that went there, and it was like whoever ate the set amount of hot dogs the fastest won like a legit WWE belt.
Whoa.
And then
What?
like the guy has memorabilia all over the place and stuff, and It was crazy. He has the full video up on his Facebook page. It's like KH Promotion or whatever. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
this is just like a random place in this big building with all this stuff. That's the belt right there.
So this is where this is where he did this event at his
Yeah, this
like
is
a
it.
shop.
This is an actual like snack stand that they rent out that they use.
Is this you?
Yes, that's me. I
Oh
just
yeah.
dogged the whole hot dog like in one bite right there.
Had you ever done one of these before?
No, this was the very first one I ever did. So it was like, oh, okay, let's go. I'm ready.
So who
But
ended
yeah,
up
this was
winning?
like you had to eat five of them on the fastest to like move on to the next round.
Yeah.
I got to the last one, and the guy next to me was literally right there. So as soon as I got the last hot dog in, my body, for whatever reason, said nope, and it said spit it out because
Oh
if you
yeah.
swallow, you're gonna throw up. That's worse. So I just got disqualified at like the last bit. I
Yeah.
was so mad. I was like, "Doy."
Oh, your
But yeah,
phone
I
fell.
had my freaking phone propped up on the belt, and
Right.
they just grabbed the phone and record it from there. I was like,
Oh
"Thank you for
yeah,
recovering."
yeah. The thing is, when you see these professional hot dog championship, whatever, eaters or whatever, they make it look easy, bro. You've seen that skinny Asian dude that does like,
Oh yeah, no,
holy
Joey
shit.
Chestnut or whatever. He just stopped doing those. Actually, that's the funny thing. After this happened,
His
he
body probably
literally
said,
announced
dude,
that.
I can't take it anymore, okay?
But yeah, these hot dogs were like literally just dog and bun. I could have done it. The worst part is they didn't give us cups for the water, so it was just water
Oh,
bottles. So you
right,
couldn't
right,
even do the bread trick, you know. So it was
right.
like you really had to eat those.
So yeah, I've seen these like pie eating contests and stuff, and I've never done one. I've never done I don't know, who could eat the fastest stuff. Not officially. Like me and my boys would try, at dinner or something.
Yeah,
That's
I
funny.
used to have the stomach for that. Not anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it for sure. And you got your Pokemon stuff on here too? Do you go
Yes,
over like
I do. This is more. This was the very first time I ever played Pokemon, like the card
really?
game. I played the like Diamond and Pearl, like those. I played. This was the first time I ever played a legit match in a
Yeah,
TCG. Because me and my friend, we do like Pokemon cards, Magic cards, and like football cards. We sell them and stuff.
right.
But I've never played the Pokemon card game. I played Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic. Never played. So this is that video of me basically playing my first game ever.
Oh,
Because
that's cool,
the
dude.
TCG app or whatever for it is the best one right now if you don't have physical people to play with.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah, and you
Well,
can play it on your phone. I think this is actually on a phone screen recording, basically from
so
this.
now this is just like a regular. Now the cards you have, they're not the like the in the game right here. Those aren't the cards that you have in
With
real
the
life.
game, you basically log in for free. It's all free.
Yeah.
You get a few starter decks that you can play with right
Oh,
away, and then you can upgrade them. But
okay.
if you buy the physical Pokemon cards in each booster pack or product you buy, they give you code cards, and it's a
Oh,
QR code. You
yep.
literally can scan 10 of them at a time. You get the physical product you bought in the game.
Oh, that's awesome. I was just gonna ask that. Yeah, your
Yes, that
physical
is the
cards,
one
you
thing
put those.
Pokemon has done from the
Yeah.
beginning that everyone loves is the code cards.
That's
Because if you
amazing. What a good idea. Yeah, because I'm sure there's guys out there that have some crazy decks that they bought.
Oh yeah, I'm still have to go to a tournament, a physical card tournament soon. That is one of the things I was planning on doing as well.
So you've been collecting Pokemon stuff for a while,
Pokemon
but
is more recent.
okay.
I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic growing up,
Gotcha.
and but Yu-Gi-Oh has just become an unplayable game. I hate to say, and
Mm.
Magic is getting to the point where it is just becoming the same as Yu-Gi-Oh, whereas
Really?
power creep is out the wazoo.
Oh,
The only
okay.
thing with Magic is there's a card pool 30 plus years long, and depending on the format you play, you can choose your difficulty to a degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, Magic is just getting ridiculous too. Pokemon is very well balanced of a card game, I will say.
Really?
Yes, it is. I I tell people after playing it, it is literally like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh had a baby, and it's perfect. It's the perfect child.
That's awesome. Yeah. What? So you got all your airsoft gun reviews on here. What's the funnest gun you were able to review?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
All of them are, I hate to say it, all these guns, after a while, it becomes more of every gun is nice. It's more of the meta determines what gun you really are running. I hate to say it anymore. And
Yeah.
I've noticed that depending on also the AO, it's more of who can outrange who. It's not like one of those things where the gun really matters. It's more of you're just playing long distance tag.
Right.
So, but it really comes down to I think my favorite one out of all of them I reviewed, I think it has to be the Lancer Gen 3, this past review, just
Okay.
because of like doing all the fun edit work with it.
Gotcha. Is that
Oh
this
yeah,
one
I
here?
forgot I met Tommy Chong and Wiz Khalifa.
Where at?
Oh, if you go down, you can see it. That's actually me with Wiz, and then that's me with Tommy. The one event I got invited to help my friend who like sent me to the hot dog eating competition and invited me. His clothing company was at the event in Edison, New Jersey, and he was one of the headliners. So I got to see him and get a photo with him.
Oh man. Oh, that's
And
cool, dude.
he and Wiz, he launched his cannabis line in our dispensaries. And oh my god, I forgot about that one too. That's 12 like 5-10 carts being ripped at once.
So you're an experienced smoker and
Oh
toker.
yes, I let's just say I before legalization, I knew about this stuff. But yeah, it's weird out here because right now it's medical only, but like some of these events I'd be going to, they're in legal states, so it's like I just go there and have fun. They literally put these events on ticketing sites and stuff.
Huh.
But yeah, that Wiz Khalifa one, he actually came out to do like promo work and say hi to people and stuff. I was in line right there because I thought I was in because the person who invited me for this actually works in dispensaries, so I thought I was being taken to see him in a private room and take pictures and stuff, but
Oh,
it ended up just being me waiting in line and being the last one to get a photo with him, and then he left.
okay.
And like literally after that, that's who he went to see. I don't know who these kids are, but like he left like 50 people like without a photo and stuff.
Oh,
It
okay.
was ridiculous.
So it's what were they shooting
Yeah,
a
that's
video there?
literally the day. Like this is him posting his stuff the day of, like the event. Like this was his
Oh,
whole day.
okay. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I was almost, and the worst part is, I was gonna go to his mansion party literally the week after this, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't make it. It was too far of a drive.
Oh, okay. That's pretty wild. You get to travel around and meet some cool people with the so when did you get involved in the all the cannabis stuff? Like as far as
Literally
the
after I got my
store and
medical card is
okay.
when I started doing it more.
Yeah.
But
Was
yeah,
that
these are
always
like some of
your
the older reviews and stuff.
was that
Uh,
always your drug of choice pretty much?
Say that again. Sorry.
Oh, was that always your drug of choice? Like, alcohol
I'll
and
be
then
real with
weed
you.
was
I have ASD, or I'm on the spectrum, Asperger's, etc.
oh yeah.
It was a get out of getting your liver destroyed card is more the idea.
Really?
yeah, the cannabis works better for me and faster versus the ASD drugs they had me on since I was 5.
Holy cow. So
And
my,
those drugs,
yeah,
I still have permanent damage from them. One
what?
of them being trazodone, that killed my upper arm muscles. I physically cannot do a pull up
Yeah.
because of that.
Huh.
And then like all the other, like, just because of the cocktail I've been on, it was killing my liver.
That's
So this was like
crazy.
more of a safer alternative.
For sure. Yeah, my daughter-in-law, my youngest son's wife, her sis or her brother, he has Asperger's as well. And like we've known him for years. He comes over when they all come over when we have parties and stuff, birthday parties, whatever. But I think he's on that medication, and I think he has problems with it. I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, I was
I don't
on
know if
like a
he's ever tried
cocktail of
this.
them, but the trazodone was more to help me sleep, if anything,
Mm,
is what it was more prescribed to me as. But
yeah,
it does a few different things besides that as well. But that's what it was
gotcha.
prescribed for me for.
Yeah.
Because I was on all of them, like risperidol, Seroquel. Like, if you have heard of it, I was on it, and it
Hmm.
was like one of those things where like they never really worked. I was either a zombie, or it would work for a bit, and then it would just drive me crazy because some of those ones were giving me like the side effects were worse than the drug it's like than the effects it was giving me, the benefits.
Really?
Yeah, some of them made me feel like I was on like withdrawal, like, oh geez, I got ants all over my body.
That's terrible. Okay. So so smoking definitely calms it down or helps all that stuff. And so were you
Yes,
able to get off some of that medication then?
I'm completely off it all.
Holy cow.
I did it cold turkey too.
So you went directly from all these meds you
5
were on
different
since,
medications down to just the trazodone, then off completely everything.
and then now you had already started smoking before you got off of all that stuff?
It was friends introduced me to smoking while I was on the meds, and then I found out the smoking was better than the meds. So that's when, when legalization came, I was like, finally time to do it. And my mother, bless her soul, supported me
Yeah.
finally. Because let me tell you, I used to be a narc on this stuff. I was like, stop smoking that stuff. You're like, I even hated just tobacco products. I hate, because my dad was a smoker. And it's
Okay.
like, Dad, stop smoking just cigarettes. It's like, I don't care. It's like, to a degree, but it's like, you're smoking like like a whole like 6 pack a day. Like, you like, relax.
Yeah.
So it's like, from like the transition of me to from that to now is like, that's just a whole 180
Oh,
in
I'm
of
sure.
itself.
Yeah, but you saw the benefits and you feel the benefits and it's better for you. Like health wise. Oh, that's crazy, man. I mean,
Yeah,
that's pretty
it really is.
impressive.
I was like shocked that I even was like, so I've always been one of those guys who's like, I'm a scientist sort of at heart. So it's like, if you can show me proof and if you can, like, demonstrate to me, and if it works for me, guess what? I'll believe it. Guess what? I mean, what can I say to it?
Right.
Like, yeah, I've
That
definitely
is
noticed
amazing though.
uh just a difference in mood and everything, because let me say, this one thing, like I said, it replaced 5 different pills.
That is wild.
The one caveat I will say to it is, it is because I have autism, my brain, you have to realize, with autism, your brain is wired differently. So for me, plus I have so much brain injury. I probably have CTE. I know I've had concussions.
Hmm.
It's one of those things where this is going to be a lifetime thing for me, and I will need some people, like with ASD, they need some sort of stimulant or whatever to get through the day. This
Yeah,
is probably going to be the one I have for the rest of my life type deal.
sure.
And that's one of the things I try and tell people. It's like, I need something. It's just one of those things where it's like, what is safe for me?
Yeah. I mean, what a I mean, what an impressive testimony though, that all these meds you were on since you were 5 years old. And then how long ago did you get off all your meds?
I I
Few
believe
years?
no, it's been at least five or so because
5 years?
yeah, I think I because 2015 I graduated. I think 2017 or 16 was the first year of legalization. Then I got it like the second year, so it'd be like 2017. I think is when
Yeah.
I quit everything and finally got
I
off
mean,
there.
from 2000, from 5 years old to, you know, in your 20s on all these meds. And those are daily meds, right?
Yes, in the morning and at night.
Holy crap. And then you were able to get all this is amazing though, that it replaces all that and you're okay. And you're probably better.
I feel a lot better. I'm happier too. I'm
Holy
I'm in
cow.
control too, which is the biggest thing. Because the other, like I said, zombie half the time. I was sleeping in school. Like, because I'll be real with you, I went into alternative school, so it was like I sort of got like because of my I was on a special education program or whatever.
Sure.
So I was still in a school to a degree, but like I got moved around because let me say my ASD was more I'm angry all the
Yeah.
time, So it was like one of those things where in school I would flip out, and it's like it was really the meds and like being on different ones and not being, calm. And then
Yeah.
on top of it, like my like through all of that, it was let's just say some of the teachers weren't very nice or they were purposely making you angry. I hate to say it. There were
Mm-hmm.
because some of these alternative schools, this is a big thing, are run by like this big CLIU 21, which is like they do everything from like helping kids get foster parents, etc., as well as like running a stay at behavioral unit and stuff. And they were abusing kids left and right, and I was like one of the victims of it.
Oh, that's terrible.
And it was like like I said, like sleeping in class, they would make me fail my days so I wouldn't get back to regular school just because of my. And it's like when other people have the same drugs and same problem, they give them a cot to sleep in,
Hmm.
and then it's like one of those things where like I hate to say it, my mom signed paperwork saying they could put hands on me if I got out of control,
Right.
and if you don't calm down, they call the police on you.
Right.
So it's like they're trying to give you a record right out of the like in school. It's crazy.
Well, that's what my son's brother-in-law, he does the same thing. When he has like an episode or whatever, he lashes out. And and he's probably 6 foot, maybe 6'1". Like he's a big dude. He's a strong guy. And he worked night security at a couple places. I mean, he's great. He's a good dude. He's just when he has I don't know if it's like you said, maybe the medication or whatever. It's very rare that he has an issue, but if he does, yeah, that's his too. It's a lash out of anger and physical force or something like that. But um, man, I'm seriously gonna have to ask him about that and tell him your story because this could be something that might help him.
Yeah, it was very weird doing that because, like I said, this and then it was like like I said, the like once the cops come, then it's a whole different story.
Oh, yeah, forget it. Oh, I know. So
It's
now
it,
do you
and the worst part is it's like the one time I was actually they cuffed me, and put me because we had these like cubbies where there's only one way in and one way out, and they would put you in there as timeout.
yeah.
Well, the one cop said, "Don't you move or I'll shoot you."
What the hell?
Me, handcuffed behind my back, sitting on my butt in that cubicle, and he said that to me.
What are you gonna
And the,
do? Kick him? Like,
I don't
Are
know.
you Bruce Lee? You got Bruce Lee kicks? Like what the hell?
It's crazy because and let me tell you, the schools like these places were in the ghetto. I hate to say it like that
Yeah.
because the main building this was in, this they just rented out a freaking old car dealership
Oh,
and
okay.
turned it into a school.
Right.
I'm like, but yeah, it's one of those
Holy
things where it's like,
cow,
don't get me
dude.
wrong, I had schooling easy because I was in these classes for so long. It was like either I was in those or I was in a different or in the regular system, or because of my anger, because I was going through all those like medication changes, like I said, these teachers would physically provoke you to do this stuff,
Yeah.
like to get you to act out.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one school, because they have three different branches. The one branch I was in, they made a fake Facebook page and invited all the kids to try and start fights to bet on it.
Oh my God. What kind of crap, dude?
Welcome to the way I grew up. And the worst part is when your mom doesn't believe you and other things, it's like, you what can you do but fight for yourself and your stuff? But when the police don't believe you and it's like all and like they threaten you,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like I had to be I had to get hard fast
Yeah.
as a kid.
Right.
And like this is right after, and like this is while I'm dealing with my dad dying at 13, so it's like
Oh
all
shit.
this tragedy on top of that did not help any.
No. So 13, you're still going through puberty. Your chemicals are changing in your body, even without the help of, medical drugs or whatever. And then something like that happened. What happened with your dad?
Well, a lot of it comes down to, I think it was like his health conditions
Hmm.
to a degree, and he was sort of like in the end, I think he was an alcoholic,
Yeah.
and like later learning on, because he had scoliosis as like a teenager in high school,
Yeah.
and he had the surgery where they cut open your back,
Yeah.
so it
To
was a
straighten
lot
it
of,
out.
I think he self-medicated to the end to a degree
Oh yeah.
was
Well,
the
they did the
problem.
same thing with my dad, right? He had a back injury and back then they would just stick you on morphine or my dad
Yep,
was hooked on.
he was Dr. House, let me tell you, with the
Yeah.
Vicodin. It was
Yeah.
Vicodin, and then he drank, and then he smoked cigarettes, so, and like the occasional, I just found like after I got into weed, I was like, oh, he was smoking bong rips too in front of me. I'm like,
You didn't know at the time, right?
no, I did it. I was like, oh, that's just a water tobacco pipe.
I grew up the same way. My dad would used to roll his own cigarettes, quote unquote
Yeah,
cigarettes,
yeah,
in the house when my mom was gone, and I was little, and I was like, I mean, a lot of people did roll their own cigarettes in the
oh yeah,
70s. So, like legit, regular tobacco cigarettes. And he did those as well. He would do both. But I didn't realize until I was older that it was he was rolling joints and then he'd go out in the garage and smoke them, and
yeah. Yeah, my
oh
dad
my
was a
God.
Marlboro Red man.
Oh, okay.
That was his pack of choice.
Gotcha.
He never did his own.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, that's wild.
But yeah, after all that,
Okay, so
it
you
was
go
like,
through all this, you're 13, you go you got on this all these meds, dealing with school, your dad dies, you all these, yeah, man, puberty and whatever else is going on with friends and kids at school and all that shit. Now, when was the first year you went to like a alternative school, or that they sent you to an alternative school?
well, originally I was in Catholic school.
Yeah, there you go.
And then
I
I
grew
was
up
like,
Catholic as
I'm
well.
good on all the religious stuff in first grade. Then I went to public school.
Yeah,
But after a while, then once I went to regular public school, I think it was second grade is when I was placed in the alternative classes.
gotcha. Yeah,
And it was like throughout then I was like going through the same school system, and then BS happened. I can't even remember. I have so much brain injury. Some of the stuff is like I don't even remember it. But it was like I went from like through three different regular schools before I ended up in like the alternative schools like full time.
yeah,
And those, like I said, weren't bad. They were very privileged if you were behaved.
yeah.
because like at lunch times we would actually they would give us 30-minute lunches where it's like if you were high enough on this sticker sheet you could play video games, or like they would give you iPads to play if you got
Oh,
done with your
okay.
work type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And then like Friday movie days, they would actually take out a whole hour. And like the schoolwork, don't get me wrong, I will say this: I had schooling easy, very very easy. I had no homework most of my life,
Yeah.
and all the work they capped it at the fifth grade level.
Mm,
So I basically had a fifth grade education for all of high school,
hmm.
and and a lot of that other stuff besides like fighting for my sanity was fighting for my educational rights,
Yeah.
because I wanted to go to college for like veterinary tech and stuff. And
Ah.
come to find out, like when I went to college, like to the community college,
Mm-hmm.
they needed me to take basically 5 years plus of work before I could
Whoa.
even get to the level of starting.
Wow.
And I just said no. And at this time, I was sort of doing content creation and stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm already working because in high school I was already working. I was a ride operator for Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom, and like did the Halloween haunt that they do.
Yeah.
So it's like all those roller coasters you see, I made them ride and stuff.
Oh,
And
that's
then
cool.
like in school, half the time I wasn't even in school. They had a work program, so I was either at like Red Robin's restaurants, a horse farm, helping with horses, and all this other stuff. So it was like I've been working basically out of high school, and was like, I knew for a fact if schooling didn't go well, I would have to join the workforce force early.
Sure.
And one of those things was like, no, and like how Al was like, he wanted to join the military and stuff. I was sort of the same, but I saw all the allegations, and I was like, I'm good on that. Let me try private security. So it was like after Dorney Park and stuff, I did security for Securitas Services, and I did a few other odd jobs. Like I did so many jobs within like because I usually kept like a job for a year, and usually something would happen with management. I hate to say it, they were, let's just say, a lot of very incompetent people on payrolls.
Yeah. A lot of people would agree with you on that one for sure. Hmm.
So I was like, you know what? After a while, I had things set up with like, because my grandmother passed away, and I get monies from other sources, like from like payments and stuff from like people dying and stuff.
Yeah.
I said I can comfortably say, let me just work for myself and build up a business. So I started the Tony Tokes channel in high school, basically, and as I went out, that was my side project. And
Yeah.
then eventually I met Al just through a random like video that popped up. And I said, hey, um, I like your content. You want to work together? And we sort of talked it out. And he needed help on certain parts of it, and I could help with him. And that's when we sort of became partners.
Oh, that's cool, dude. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, what a good positive way to do that though, going from where you came from and then starting to put your time into being creative with all your YouTube stuff and now you're now the cannabis thing like you're you've got a website on your Planet
Oh yeah, there's
Caravan.
a few different ones. All those are
Okay.
affiliate links through like Spotify or whatever. And not Spotify, sorry, Shopify. That's the one. Um,
Oh, okay.
Though my friend just happened the one day to send me a link to there's a dab tool called the 710 spatula, which is like a rubber tool that helps you get the last bit of your medicine out of your jar.
Yeah,
He sent me a link to apply for them, because these affiliate links, they usually give us like a coupon code and then a commission on top if you
right.
sell products through the links and stuff.
Yeah.
And he just sent it to me the one day. I got denied, which is fine. I didn't like the product anyway,
Yeah.
but I realized, oh snap, you could get all these other affiliate links, or like go through them and see who you liked and apply. Currently, right now, I'm waiting on Mira Safety to answer one of our applications,
Oh,
believe it or not.
okay.
So that might be one of our new ones. But yeah, there's like Planet Caravan, Retro Bakery. That one actually, Jesse Ventura, if you know him,
Oh, yeah.
He's collabed with them and he makes edibles with them now.
Oh, wow.
And those are like the legal edibles that can get shipped to your door and everything
Right.
type deal. So that's cool. And like all the other ones are either like for body armor or like airsoft stuff.
Yeah.
Because the biggest airsoft one we besides 238 that we're teamed up with is SS Airsoft. They gave us a link as well.
Yeah. Now, speaking of the edibles, have you tried edibles at all?
Yes, we have edibles. I actually make my own, personally. But the edibles in PA in the dispensaries, they call them Troshis. So they're basically like vegan gummies to a degree.
Okay.
Some are more gummy like, some are like a jello shot piece of thing.
Okay.
Um, but it's like supposed to be like you can put it in your mouth and it will dissolve in your mouth is the idea.
I gotcha.
Because they can't have gummies or edibles in PA yet.
Oh, you can't have something that's actual like food
Well, they don't
that you have to
sell
chew or
edibles.
something.
You can make your own. The problem is it's like, they're expensive. And for me, edibles, there's only certain ones that hit me because if if people are listening, if you've never gotten high off of one, you probably don't have the special enzyme in your liver that actually produces the effects that you were looking for. I found that my liver doesn't. I don't have the enzyme in my liver, and so certain edibles only do certain things, and it has to be very specific ones like CBD or hash rosin are the ones that affect me.
Hmm.
And the problem is at that point, I need to either not have taken anything in the day to feel it, or I need such a high dose edible that it is one of those things where I have to physically make it myself to
Mm-hmm.
have any effect.
Huh.
Because
Interesting.
my threshold is like 330 milligrams, which is basically if you take like a gram of like medicine, that's about a third of a gram
Oh, okay.
to it, for anything to really hit me.
Hmm.
But I have done like the one video on my channel. I took RSO, which is Rick Simpson oil, which is an edible that you can either take or apply topically to like areas that like cancer and stuff. The Rick
Wow.
Simpson is a guy who actually made the item
Okay.
and he treated his skin cancer with it. He basically just put
Whoa.
it on band-aids and slapped it on and he cured his cancer with it.
Holy cow.
And yeah, crazy stuff.
What?
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
whole video. I'll have to send you a link, but yeah, there's a few very influential people in the cannabis industry, um, like Rick Simpson, Charlotte, who made Charlotte's Web. She was I forget what her issue was, but she helped make the strain for like kids who had terminal like illness like leukemia and stuff. That
Mm.
was like one of those special ones that she had for herself, and then the farm that produced it for her made sure other kids could get it because a lot of I hate to say this, a lot of kids who suffer from like seizures and all this other stuff
Yeah.
can really benefit from this product
Yeah.
because I have seen shaking people literally just take a little bit of that RSO under the tongue and calm down
Huh.
like to like that within minutes.
Wow.
It is a miracle. Um, it is a miracle plant, that is for sure.
That's wild. Okay.
But
Very
yeah, I
interesting.
but yeah, my tolerance for edibles is very high. I actually, with that RSO I was talking about, the one video I did 30 grams of it. I ate it all in one sitting. And let me tell you, RSO is like eating tar, like tar toothpaste.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I had to like freeze 27 grams of it and then have three syringes and then like three like little vegan capsules filled up with it. So it was like I ate like a urinal puck size of it. And then I had to take three more syringes for the video. I was like, let's see what can happen. Because I was like, let me see. Because, like I said, edibles didn't hit me. So let's push it to the max. I
Mm.
didn't do anything to me. I was, if anything, red eyes and was on the toilet for a few days.
Oh my gosh. I thought you were going to end up like those. Have you heard that infamous 911 call from the couple that,
Yes.
you know what I'm talking about? They ate edibles for the first time and they got too much or it was too strong.
Yes.
Oh, it's funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now you're doing all these different things. You're still into airsoft. What what's are you going to another event this year that you're excited about?
Right now, like I said, content for airsoft stuff is stopped, so I'm going to transition to fishing and camping stuff, which I had planned for a bit. Um, the only I don't think there's any events currently that are happening right now. The only thing I had planned in my life is to go to a state park end the month and stuff. Um, is pretty much it. But yeah, right now is like my break time, which is nice. So it's like,
Yeah.
and like all those events, unless I see them, it's like I sort of plan my like event flow monthly. So it's like, what's happening in this month? Oh, this is happening. Let me mark that down as like a thing. And that's how I usually go, is like by events and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, really it's up to me. Because me and Al, we do our own thing. It
Sure.
is up to me to make the content that I produce, so it's like
Right.
I had to physically like look and do stuff and like plan it out. Because some of those weed events, it's like the last one I went to, I had to pay $500 to go to it.
Holy crap.
And that was like to get 2 tickets and like early access and like a gift bag they gave me. Let me say though, the gift bag is very nice. It was like $150.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I like the bag alone. It's like a coach bag. It's
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
I felt like I
Okay.
robbed a bank when they handed it to me. I was like, I can't keep carrying this around.
That's awesome.
But yeah, those events, those are definitely, you have to plan those out. Anything content wise, like fishing and stuff, like I can do like locally, but I try and plan it out that I do a few different things a month. And like how I like, since my back injury, I tried to make, since of it, it's like I said, you know what I said to Al, I'm just going to make these videos nicer and I'll have a month to do it, is
Right.
how and I've always wanted to I sort of had like an idea in my head how these videos and reviews should be doing. Personally, I don't like doing reviews to a degree. I'd rather be making more movie style content. And that's sort of what I have planned for the future, is making a full length 90-minute movie
Wow.
eventually.
Nice. Have you started like on an idea or a
I have a script going.
synop? Okay.
It's probably going to be a 4-act movie. I'm in act 2 right now.
What's the general idea of it? What's it
Uh,
about?
it's going to be sort of like a fictionalized version of my life to a degree, slash thriller action.
Okay.
And it's going to be like one of those things where it's like you're battling with yourself, is the main idea.
Yeah. And the action parts are going to be airsoft guns.
Oh yes, I have plans because we have a I don't know if you saw, we have the affiliate link with Braytac where you can take your Thunderbee head cores and turn them into a blank grenade
Mm.
or whatever with the 9mm like pack rounds, like the blanks. I'm going to be getting some of those for Al so he can do that, but I'm also going to be getting in. They make an SMG and like a Beretta. I'm going to be getting in those in for the video, so for the movie. So there's going to be blank guns in
Oh,
it
that's
too.
cool. Nice.
And the SMG, it's full auto too, so there's going to be some
Whoa.
fun little bursts in there for sure.
That'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's just right now getting the script finished for that and then getting the props together. That's
Yeah.
going to be another thing for sure.
Gotcha. Hell yeah, man. Well, you know who started making some grenades and stuff is Cherub Milsim. I don't know if you see them on Facebook.
I sort of saw. Didn't you have them on last
Yep.
cast? Yeah, I didn't. I had to watch it, but yeah, I'd never heard of them. What kind of grenade did they make?
That's a great question. I don't even know. That's terrible. Well, we were kind of all over the place when we were talking, and there was two of them. There was River City Ranger and let's see where he's at here, and Jax. were on there. That Jack started Cherub Milsim. So I'm pulling up his thing right now. He and they started making, I think they're 3D printed grenades. I'll have to send you the link. I'll have to send you the link later
Got you.
when I pull it up. And yeah, so it might be an option for you, especially if you're using it as a prop, because I guess it's like reusable. So so it's like you can reuse it, after you throw it or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of reusable grenades, this was going to be one of the prop grenades I used. The Airsoft Innovation one with the burst disc at the bottom, if you remember those.
Yeah.
So this is going to be one of them. And for one of the scenes, I know for a fact I'm going to be using an EG67 for one of the scenes, like an actual.
Oh yeah.
Like for it.
Yep.
Is going to be one of the plans as well. But yeah, what is up with the airsoft grenades for half of these things? Do you have to do those like the tag in certification stuff now to get them shipped to you and stuff, or what's up with that?
Honestly, I don't know. That's a good question. Let me look it up, because I don't think you have to.
Got you. Because
But
all my grenades that I have were right before the ATF put that BS in place. So it's like, can you even buy them in the store, or do you have to have this paperwork filled out before you can even get them?
that's a great idea. I don't know. I mean, a great question. Let's see.
Because I haven't been on the field like that in a minute, so I don't know what the thing is, or if it's place by place type deal.
Well, let's do this. Let me share the screen. I've got Tag In website pulled up, and let's see where to buy. Okay, retailers. Let's see if we can buy one
Because I remember when you had to, when
without.
I was getting them from e-bike, you just had to pay a $35 hazmat fee.
Right. All right. Where is rifled shell? So these are the ones that get shot out of the launcher.
Yeah.
So all of them are out of stock.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, where can I find the
Go to parts and accessories, and then it should be under grenade, the hand grenades right there, hand grenades and mines.
Here we go.
That's the one thing about e-bike I like. They have streamlined their website.
Oh, dude, yeah, and it's fast too. Okay. Oh my
And then up
gosh,
top
I
should
love
be
these grenades right here. These spring-loaded ones. No, I'm just kidding.
I've
I hated this.
I've sent all the ones I've gotten. Wow. That's how he has so many.
I didn't
I just
like
said
them,
I
dude.
don't like these because up here it was like I was using like the Airsoft Innovations like burst disc grenades.
Yeah,
The Cyclone never worked for me. It never did.
yeah.
Any of those like grenades that spin around and stuff never worked for me. Because the
Same with
only other
us.
one because it was CQB at the time that I was really using grenades. So it was like you had to use Thunder Bees or like the Chimera that you just passed,
Yeah.
Junior. That was a big one back in my day, up a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right there, the $59 one, the Chimera. That was another like sound burst grenade that was at the time very good. But yeah, it was either that, and then it's like when I started playing outdoors, everyone's using pyro. So it's like
Yep.
all that stuff is phased out in my collection to a degree.
So look, there's no tag-ins.
Yeah, I guess they don't sell them on e-bike
Okay.
anymore. They're sold out or something. That's so weird.
Let's see here.
See if Amped has something on it because that's one of the local companies that I know around me sells them. I just don't know if it's.
Yeah, I did see something on well, how do we get to here through the link from the website?
Yeah,
Yeah, right here. Okay.
because I thought Jackal got in them too, but I might be mistaken. haven't been to Jackal in a minute either. I actually had to go up there because I was going to ask I forget who it was. It's not Paul, but the other guy. I need to ask him like to get me the motor, the cage built for my minigun to have 4 tracer Bifrost in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those made before I do the minigun review that I have.
Here we go. Check it out. Tag in.
Yeah,
Okay. The Mark IIs. What are these?
those are the ones that like go in the shell and explode. I think.
They don't explode?
No, they do explode.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it's the timed one where it's like
Oh
3.5
yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, it
They make
is.
so many different ones. It's crazy. The biggest
Okay.
one is I love the Russian ones. The Russian grenades and the baseball grenades. Those have
Yeah.
been my favorite use of them
Yep.
because
And
they
they're all
don't
out of stock.
maraca like the EG67s. That's the one thing I hate about them. They rattle too much.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. So it looks like, okay, check mark, check mark. I acknowledge that I'm 18 years or older. I acknowledge that my shipping address must match the, okay, on my address on my ID. I'm using the item at an approved location or field. So you have to go through these questions and check mark. Okay. So I
Oh,
mean,
yep, you do. You have to upload it.
oh, yep, that's it right there.
Why? Oh.
So you have to upload your tag P-top certification.
Yep, they're making it like fireworks now, where you have to just have a
God, that
operator
sucks.
certified letter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well,
Well, good to know
thanks
that
a
I have to
lot.
have this
Thanks a lot.
certification now.
Thanks a lot, American government.
Yep. Now I wonder that if you have to do that now too for the smoke grenades, because that was
Can't have no
another
fun.
one.
God, that's terrible. Well,
Ridiculous.
anyway. Well, listen, bro, man, it's been great meeting you. Thank you for being on here and talking with me. Let everybody know where they can find all your cool stuff and the stuff you're going to be putting out for fishing and all that.
Got you guys. Like I said, all the YouTube channels, AAA Airsoft Media, Tony Tokes 115, Trollsoft Production, also Tony Tokes 115 on Rumble, AOKO Podcast on Spotify. We also have and all the content will now be shifting like to the AAA Airsoft Media. So if you see it there, it's on all the other channels.
Awesome.
And
Thank you
then
so
all our
much.
affiliate links are either in the pinned comments or in the description box of our videos. So if you, like I said, if you use them, you get cool products and discounts, and you help support us and what we do.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, Skirmish, shout out to the sponsors of this podcast episode, Skirmish and Jackal Tactical. Go to skirmish.net and jacktac.com to find out more. Well, man, listen, brother, it's been great. Thank you so much. It was really good talking with you and getting to know you a little bit.
Great talking with you too. Definitely have to do another one with Al and stuff and do a little bit more because now that we got the backstory crap out of the way, future projects and other stuff, gotta share that and definitely got to send you a patch and stuff. By the way, so if
Okay.
anything, can it just after the thing, send me your address and I'll put you on the list of stuff to send people next time I ship out stuff.
Absolutely. All right, brother. You have a good night, man. Thank you.
You too, deuces. Be safe.